All right, you guys are tuned into the very first episode of Behind the Fleet with It's Just Miss Wells. And we have got the general manager here with us, DJ Will. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to you, DJ Will, to give everybody a quick introduction.
Hey, what's up, y'all? DJ Will. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I am the general manager for Fleet DJs. Been DJing a long time, 30 plus years from the great state of New Jersey. Done a lot of good things throughout the years, man. Military, husband, grandfather, father, you know what I'm saying? Career IT, just kind of do it all, man. Been around.
Got you. Listen, it's not a lot of people that you still meet that is juggling a corporate job along with being a father, grandfather, and being able to be such a prominent member in an organization like Fleet DJs as well. Let's kick this off and just start by telling people like what got you interested in becoming a DJ.
Well, hell, back in the 80s, man, it was a Jamaican crew I used to run with back in Trenton, New Jersey, man. And
Okay.
I used to watch these guys, DJ in the park, little house parties, you know what I mean, get togethers during the day. And I just always started messing with their equipment. I go in there, when they ain't doing nothing, I was messing with it. But I messed with it for years, man, and then just started playing on my own, like, when they wasn't doing nothing. So the owner of the crew was called Brick Forest International. It was a sound. If you know Jamaicans back then, they always used to figure out who had the loudest sound. So they would come up
Mhm.
with like an 18 wheeler full of speakers, and we'll go set up somewhere just to see who got the loudest shit. So the owner was a guy named Calvin, man, that we all knew, from the neighborhood. And he caught me playing one day. He's like, "Hey, man, that you all right, man?" I was like, "Man, I've been watching y'all for the last couple of years, And pretty much just it took off from there, from just being playing around to now I'm booking gigs with them. I'm only like, 15 years old, 16 years old, and I'm going out with the adults, hanging out, playing reggae sessions.
Okay.
It took off from there, though. It took off from there.
So then in your career, when did you get introduced to Fleet? Or when did you first hear about him?
I first heard about Fleet, one of my childhood friends, DJ History. He's from Trenton, New Jersey, also.
Okay.
And he moved down to Jacksonville, Florida, and he was one of the Fleet members, probably about 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago.
Okay.
And he kept telling me about Fleet, this and that, and what it has to offer. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of do my own thing. But eventually, he kind of talked me into going to one of the conferences that was in Charlotte. And I went, and I just fell in love with the camaraderie and the organization as a whole. So it just made me want to join. So I did join. I abandoned my own brand and pretty much took all the like-minded people that I was already in the industry with and put them all together in one basket. If that makes sense. I mean, it was more organic for me to already have my followers follow Fleet, and then just, it built from there.
Gotcha. So when you first came into Fleet, talk about how the experience was just a little bit. Did you just DJ? Were you hosting? 10 years ago, Fleet looked a lot different than what Fleet looks like right now. So kind of
Totally.
paint that picture a little bit.
Yeah, so it was nothing bad about it. I mean, it's just like with times changing. So, I think we had this conversation last week. It's time to move into this business model, you know, instead of this, we have an operations model, we have a business model. So we do operate on a regular, but now we're catching up with the times now. The music industry is really crazy as far as, the rules and things we can do. So Fleet, we're catching up now.
Okay, I love that. Now, as the general manager, talk a little bit about what your responsibilities are as the general manager of Fleet.
As a general manager, I am responsible for over 600 DJs, models, hosts, collaborative. Uh, Pretty much their structure, their growth, their business strategy on how to be how to run a better organization. So you look at it as I guess you can say I'm guarding the gun line, boss. I'm making sure they do what they do, you know what I'm saying? And I get instructions from the vice president of Fleet DJs, so pretty new to the position, 1 week into it. Just looking at, ways to improve what we already got going on. We're not trying to do anything new and recreate the wheel because we got a good organization going. It's just fine tuning some of the things.
So what do you think? What do you think got you to this position in your fleet journey? Because it takes a lot of work to become the general manager.
I think mainly my work ethic. My work ethic. I'm kind of not even kind of. I am an asshole. So I kind of want things done, and it has to be done correctly. So, went from being a member of Florida to the manager of Florida. Then I was the Southeast Regional Manager for many years, and moved into the general manager. My work ethic and my vision of and being a team player of the brand. So I preach that to all my guys all the time. The brand is everything. I go to the grocery store, I got something Fleet on, and I do it purposely because eventually somebody's gonna ask, "Hey man, what is this Fleet DJ thing?" I travel, every other day. Every other week. So I'm flying out to Tennessee tomorrow. I'm gonna wear my Fleet jacket. I know somebody's gonna ask, "Hey, what is that Fleet DJs for?" Everywhere I go.
Gotcha. So when you were the manager over the Florida division, talk about some of the things that you were able to implement in that position to help the state move forward.
Well, like I said, me being the manager, it was personal. It was a lot personal because it was organic because
Mhm.
none of the guys were brand new to me. It was pretty much myself, DJ Mr. Popular. We had another group called Heavy Hitting DJs. So when we joined Fleet, we took our whole group with us, so it didn't skip a beat. So everybody asks, well, the Florida guys, they do something, every weekend, every Sunday. There's probably like 3 events going on right now today. But these are guys that's been friends before Fleet. So it makes sense that they still have these relationships with each other.
Oh,
Uh,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
that makes it easier to help the organization run where we always preach you don't have to be friends with your co-workers, this and that, but it makes it easier and things flow a lot easier if you do have a good relationship with the guys that you DJ with.
I agree. And having that built before you came into Fleet, I can only imagine how it really excelled the state and made more people see what you guys were doing and want to try to figure out how to create that blueprint in their areas themselves.
It
Um,
has some people have tried to duplicate it, and we tried to push it out to like other markets like Tampa, the Fort Lauderdale, the South Florida guys. It's just not as organic as we have it here because, like I say, Mr. Pop, I've known him for 25 years. DJ Fresh 10 years. A lot of these DJs, we've been doing this for a while.
Gotcha. So let's back up just a little bit. So before Fleet, when you were DJing, what were some of the gigs that you used to do like before coming into Fleet?
Backyard parties, little clubs, couple biker events. Stayed busy, but it was more so. I didn't look at it as a business yet. I was still having fun. So me and Popular pretty much said, "Hey, we're having fun and we're making money as we're doing it." So it was actually pretty cool. Then it really got serious. You're like, and I'm making major money. You start looking at your money at the end of the year. Like, hey, I'm a resident DJ at this club. I'm not making a whole lot. I'm making, you know, $700-800 a week. But then you think $700-800 a week times 4, and then times 12. You're like, well, damn, I made like almost 50 grand DJing, and it really was no effort. You know what I'm saying? It was something I like to do.
So, do you think that once you came into Fleet, it sparked your creativity to take your DJ into a different level, or did it open up more doors for you to explore different avenues?
Both. really, it was challenging, it was a challenge for me to do better because I seen other DJs that were dope, so I wanted to emulate what they were doing, you know. So I learned a lot of different things, and remember, I started playing off dancehall music, reggae music, so I had to learn how to play hip hop. I had to learn how to play hip hop through the years because I
Okay.
started off, you know, with the boom, da doom, da doom, da doom, 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 all the little reggae beats, you know. So it was pretty fun. As far as opening doors, yes. I mean, anywhere I go, it's like I'm proud that, hey, I'm a Fleet DJ. I was out in Cincinnati last week. Hey, man, I heard of you guys, Fleet DJs, man. I was on a cruise in Aruba back in October on the boat. Hey, man, I heard of the Fleet DJs. You know, it's just opened a lot of doors, a lot of connections. You know, anytime I need anything, you know, I can reach out to where I'm going. Say, hey, I'm in an area. I don't need too much, you know, bells and whistles. Listen, you got anything going on? I will come out and support you. You know, the biggest one next coming up is Mardi Gras. I'm in Mardi Gras for this year for 7 days.
Ooh.
Reaching out to Louisiana guys like, hey, I got a gig that Sunday. You know, come on out. Let's have fun.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Mardi Gras is always a time to remember, and anytime you can bring Fleet into it, I
Yeah,
know you guys are gonna cut up.
yeah, we are. Well, I hope we do. I hope we remember this shit though.
So then I think that kind of leads me into also wondering, like you mentioned that you have a corporate career that you
Yes.
also manage while you're a part of Fleet. Talk
Mhm.
about how being in your corporate role has helped you be able to structure the things that you've accomplished during your time with Fleet as well.
Well, in my corporate role, I am a field services network engineer. So I
Okay.
build computer networks, telecommunications for K through 12. My company actually is out of Nashville, Tennessee, called Education Networks of America.
Okay.
Before joining them, I was a AT&T. I worked for AT&T, where I was a network instructor. So I was always going back and forth between Nashville, Sunrise, and Jacksonville, where I was teaching a lot of the engineers how to do DHCP networking, if that makes sense to you. Like I said, I'm an IT, so they're a lot of the guys didn't know the difference between, like, you know, DHCP, static routes, and it was pretty cool. I mean, AT&T, they paid me some pretty good money, but I got bored. I got bored of teaching the same shit every week. I mean, I mean, literally, I would like go to Nashville, teach a class for like 2 weeks, go down to Sunrise, Florida, teach the same class for 3 weeks. So I gave it up. So I joined. You know, I got hired by Education Networks of America, where I actually travel the United States doing what I do. So,
Okay.
um, but I am home officed and right in Grassmere. Um, Used to be in the Gulch downtown Nashville, but we moved out of that building. We're in Grassmere now,
I
and
know exactly where you are.
pretty good company though. We just got bought out by a company called Zale Communications, so different changes now. But I enjoy what I do. I help a lot of guys out with some of their computer issues. You know, we argue about, is Mac's better, PC's better, all
Oh,
day.
so now that you brought it up, what's your answer, DJ Will? Which one are you going with? Mac?
Mac all day.
Mac all day. Why?
I mean, back in 2004, I was in the military for 22 years.
Okay.
So we were testing. I was a Palm Trio guy. I used to have a Palm Trio. You know, that was like the best phone for me. Besides that, and the Sidekick. So Blackberries came out. They were kept talking about this new iPhone thing. So I was on a test platform while I was living in Rota, Spain, and I never looked back. We tested them, you know, and I kept mine. And every year I got a new one every year.
There it is. So I'm in between. I like Androids. I like iPhones.
You
I
talking
have
another language?
HPs and I
Uh,
have Macs. So I'm like, I can't. I'm on the fence. I can't make a decision just yet.
okay. Well,
So
one day you'll get on board. Don't worry about it. You'll be there.
listen.
I ain't gonna hold that against you.
I'm itching over there. Like I will say with the Mac, I love that everything is connected. So I don't have to go look for different files or send stuff to myself. I like that I can get on my MacBook and be able to find everything that's on my cell phone. And then if I get on my iPad, I can be able to find everything that I need on that too. But it's just something about my Samsung and my HP laptop that is just I can't let it go.
It's okay, Miss Wells. You're gonna grow up one day. It's all right. All right.
So let's talk about your children. Out of how many children do you have?
I have 3 children. I have stepchildren and one biological son, which they're all my boys. They are 24, 25, and 31.
Any of them into DJing too?
They play around with it, but no, not really. If anybody that's just really interested, I have 11-year-old grandson, and a 3-year-old grandson. So the 11-year-old, he has his own little controller, but his attention span is so way out there. He'll get bored with it after about 30 minutes. So, but he tries though.
Okay, so it's in him. You just got to keep working on it to break him out just a little bit more.
Now, my youngest son in college, he made a little money. He went to the University of Mississippi, played football for Ole Miss, and he would, take a controller there, do little dorm parties and stuff like that, but nothing where he wants to make it a career. Nah.
Okay. So when it's not Fleet or work or being, because you're always a husband, but anytime it's not Fleet, work, dad mode, husband mode, like what do you like to do in your spare time?
I will go put this boat in the water and I will go fishing. Yeah, I can go out there all day, 18 hours, back of beer and won't catch shit and be happy. Come on, I'm out there all day. Yep, they ain't did nothing, but that's my happy place. Me and my friends, about 3 of us will go out there. We'll tell each other probably about 70% lies to each other, and have a good time. No, that's just fishing day is better than sitting home. Trust me.
I would have to agree, even though I won't touch the worms and I'm not gonna get the fish out of the water, but I will throw the pole out there and see if I can catch anything.
I remember I'm in Florida. We fish with shrimp and squid and other fish. We trying to catch everything.
That's awesome. So paint the picture of where you see Fleet going in the future. Like now that you're in this new role, what do you want to accomplish as general manager?
As general manager, the overall goal is, for me, what I would like to see happen is Fleet start breaking a lot of records. There's a lot of independent artists that don't get the plays that they need. But you also got a lot of these independent artists that are actually lazy too. So lazy and don't take their craft seriously. This will be probably my 9th or 10th conference I've been to. And I just looked at, some of these artists they want to be superstars right now, but they have to put the work in. So Fleet, we can help them. I would like to see us get more involved. I mean, we do a lot of conference calls with guys, and a lot of our conference calls has gotten better. So some years back, I stopped getting on conference calls because some of the music just was like terrible. And I would ask them, I was like, hey, did your engineer really let you leave out of there? Or your producer let you leave out of there with this track sounding like that? But we've gotten better where a lot of production is great. The music is getting better. I don't like some of the new music, but I do like the concept of the process, how it works, So that's one thing I'm learning now as being a senior leadership with Fleet is the music business. Because you got to go back to what I said before. I was having fun playing music and just starting to happen to make money. Then starting to make money. Now I'm having fun, looking at the dynamics of the business, how to go to the next level. At first, I didn't want to deal with artists at all. But now my whole goal is to try to help some of these guys get to the next level.
So do you ever see Fleet branching off to create like an artist development division where the DJs have an opportunity to skill them up and help them with their image, with their presence, and even being able to educate them a little bit more about the ins and outs of how they need to break their record or have conversations with executives at different labels?
Yes, we have two people that what two of the new positions we just created. Swag 100 is the artist coordinator, and you got DJOS. He's running the radio side of it. So once yeah, so that's where we're moving at. We don't have too much data now to talk about it because but that's where we're going.
Got it.
Uh, long as everybody's paperwork's correct, and we're learning the business as we go on. Hopefully, nobody gets sued. I think you sent me a couple documents some months ago that I used definitely for Artist Spotlight. That hey, you're giving me this music. Don't sue me later on because I'm using part of it because you gave me consent to it. So thank you for that. For
Absolutely. No problem. So you said something though that a lot of people they may look over that, and it's the paperwork side of being an artist and the paperwork side of being a DJ. So for those that are inspiring to become a DJ or are already in their craft, like what are some of your recommendations for those individuals to be able to present themselves professionally when they're going out here and booking gigs?
number one, insure yourself. Have insurance on yourself. Your equipment. I go with a company called Canopy. Also, push your venues to already. I think you gave me some insight on this maybe a couple years ago about was it BMI and ASCAP. One of my clubs that I'm a resident DJ at, he just refused to pay it at one point. Pretty much where he started getting these bills uh, piling up, and eventually he asked me about it, and I said, you know what? Honestly, I don't know, man. I come here to DJ. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. After I looked it up, and then just happenstance, you had a training. I think a couple weeks later, I said, oh man, that's what she was talking about, and I went to the owner, and he got all this stuff squared away. So that's some of the things that I never, like I said, I was having fun, making money. I don't care about no damn paperwork, but now it's very important. Somebody take a video clip of me playing their song, in a club. They're like, hey man, you got your paperwork right for playing that song? You're like, hey man, I got it off of, all my music safe for promotional use only, but it don't matter. Hey, all right.
So, for those of you who don't know, what DJ Will is talking about is if you are in a venue, that venue has to have a music license to be able to play the music. How that benefits the artist is if they come into a venue that is licensed, they are able to collect royalties off of the performance side. And then if they are also in there playing their music, they are also being able to collect royalties off of their music's being played. So if you start looking at being an artist and wanting to be strategic about how you do it, you should be aligning yourself with business and professionals that are licensed. So you are collecting your money from every way that you possibly can. And you got to have a PRO to do that. And that's what BMI, ASCAP, and couple of other little smaller type of corporations out there that can do it for you as well. So
Yeah,
good plug on that part.
Yeah, there it is.
Now give them the rest of the secret sauce, because I know it's not just making sure that venue is taken care of. There's a couple other things you was going into depth about too.
No, not really. I mean, like I said, I have fun. I mean, I have fun. Like I said, my biggest downfall is tying it all together, not separating, but putting it together, the business and the operational side. That's where we're going at as Fleet, putting the business and operational. Once we do that, I think we're already untouchable, but we'll really rise to the top. Our name is out there. I mean, quantity wise, we have a lot of great DJs. We don't need to build anymore. I'd rather take the quality DJs. And I heard this last night too. Well, actually, it was this morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning. That yeah, I know. We need to get the younger generation more involved. A lot of our DJs are well-seasoned DJs, but the music is changing. A lot of the music that the younger guys are making, we listen to it, but it's not our go-to to play. We still love our Franklin Beverly Mays, our 80s, 90s hip hop. But this new generation, we need some younger DJs to keep this culture alive. Um, And on the flip side of that, a lot of these younger DJs don't care about mixing, scratching, blending. They'll slam records. So we're there to help them learn how to do some of these transparencies that we've been doing on turntables for years. You know,
Yep.
everybody can become a DJ right now. You can go to Guitar Center, buy your controller, download some music off of YouTube, how they do it, and hell, you're a DJ tomorrow.
If I keep hanging around Fleet, I'm gonna be a DJ too. Y'all gonna call me DJ. It's just Miss Wells. So I will find somebody to teach me the craft before
Don't
it's
give me the,
all said and done.
don't give me the mic after a couple drinks trying to say that. DJ is Miss. You know what? It's Wells. It's Miss something. You know what? Just spin the records, man.
Just call me Oprah Diddy. It's okay. It's okay.
I like that. I like that. All right.
So look, I know we're right at time. These are just short conversations that I'm having with the members to be able to talk a little bit more about their journey. But what I do want to end every episode with is just a nugget of advice that a listener, a DJ, an artist, a marketer, someone that's in operations, or even somebody that's interested in becoming a member of Fleet, like leave them with just a nugget of advice or a gem that they can take and apply to themselves.
Don't underestimate yourself. Give yourself a lot more credit. You know, some people say, "Hey, I don't have it," or "I don't know how to," or you know, even my kids growing up, they could never say the word "can't." What do you mean you can't? You know, no, you will do. So never underestimate yourself. Be the best version of you for that moment.
Oh, I love
Because
it.
even me right now, I'm looking at my age group, uh, where I've been at in life. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same person 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I do different things. Life keeps life, and no matter what. So I gotta stay afloat. But don't underestimate yourself and keep pushing.
Love it. DJ Will, tell these people where they can find you on social media to keep up with your movement.
Okay, my movement. You can find me on IG at DJ Will 609 TO904. Instagram is DJ Will 609 TO904. That's Jersey to Duval. You know what I mean? That's Jersey. Yeah, it's easy. And I do answer on IG. Facebook, that's more. I'm nosy on Facebook. I look up on Facebook.
Well, listen, thank you for being the first guest on Behind the Fleet with It's Just Miss Wells. Until next time, next chat room, next conference call, next Instagram or Facebook post, DJ Will, we will stay connected. I wish you nothing but success. And if there's anything I can ever do on your journey, please know I am here to help in any way that I can.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I appreciate all the accolades too. Thank you.
You are welcome.